Hello, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Adenike Daniel. I'm presenting Lamsley Childcare Center, a case study by Agile 5 Consulting Group. The names of the group members are showing on the slide. I am the group leader. Thank you. And then we go on. This is our outline, starting by talking on the introduction, then going into the environmental analysis of Lamsley childcare, looking at the political, economic, legal, and environmental aspects of it. Then we're also looking at challenges faced in maintaining staff satisfaction and retention. We're moving on to the solution in terms of recommendations. Thank you. Here we are on the introduction. Childcare services have been increasing its demand over the years with the increasing number of schools for childcare services, according to Schultz-Smith et al. 2021. The need for childcare services has been increasing due to the need for cognitive development, care of children in the absence of their parents due to increase in the number of working parents. In this report, the focus is given to analyzing the childcare services of Lamsley childcare. The two major dimensions of the services, which are external environmental childcare services, staff satisfaction and retention, that are major factors which we are focusing on in this analysis. And then we're also going to be providing recommendations to the organization. According to the brief that we were given, Lamsley Childcare is based in Gateshead, where the organization is considered to be one of the largest as well as the longest childcare service care providers. They've been in this business for a very long time, for about 22 years. The service offered by the organization involves breakfast clubs, after-school provision in 4 local schools, and a centrally based holiday club. This can be found in gov.uk 2022. The organization has experience in operating child care services for more than 20 years. They currently have the capacity of providing services to a maximum of 200 children within the age group of 3 to 15 years, which is really considered for services, even though they extended it to 16 years for disabled children. The organization is also considered a registered member of 4Children, a national organization supporting the childcare sector. From here, I would hand over to my other colleagues who would be going on with this presentation. Thank you.
My name is Azharul. I'm going to describe about external environment analysis of Lamsley childcare. Political. In the UK, the government holds control over the education and healthcare sectors, which are the two major areas for social development. The government policy for childcare supports the care and development of childcare with access to services. In 2015, the government introduced the Childcare Bill, which is committed to provide free services to children whose parents are working. The policy ensures that the 3 and 4-year-old children of working parents will have access to 30 hours of free childcare services per week. Such a dimension of the policy ensures that a charitable trust or organization like Lamsley Childcare can have the government support in terms of financial needs. Along with this, the major focus of the government towards childcare services helps the organization to manage the services with the guidance and support of the government. For example, continuous monitoring by the government ensures the quality of childcare services. Under the guidance of the government, Lamsley Childcare has developed policies for the handling and compliances, management of conflict, risk management, and employee payment. This ensures transparency in the operation of Lamsley childcare. Economic: The major economic implication for childcare services is also related to the government grants and total income. In the 2020 and 2021 financial year, the total expenditure of the childcare service provider was 23,550, while total expenditure of of the organization was 431,000. uh, in the total income amount was 230,000. Government grants amounted to 169,000, also included in the 2020-21 financial year of childcare services in the UK. The government support to such organizations is also reflected in the financial status of the organization. However, it is also evident that the organization has maintained a balance between its income and expenditure over the year. But the COVID-19 impact has majorly measured on its income and expenditure ratio even after the increased financial support of the government. Such financial issues in Lemsley childcare reflect a high level of dependency on the government for operating childcare services. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tochwo Azu. I'm representing Agile Consultant. External environmental analysis of Lamsney childcare. Environmental policy do not have a major influence over the childcare service. However, the Waste Management Plan of England, developed in 2021, is the policy that Lamsney childcare considers in its services governs UK 2021. The waste generated from the food preparation is managed by the organization under the policy. The organization strategies its waste based on the government categorization under the policy. The challenging in maintaining staffing satisfaction and retention. The management of staffing satisfaction and retention is considered to be an important aspect of the organization setting. Staff retention as specified in organization are correlating with each other. This is because satisfied staff with creative benefit and opportunity trained to stay with an organization. The motivation of employer is the major factor related to the satisfaction and retention. To here, the benefit has been considered here to explore the satisfaction and retention challenges in the organization.
My name is Dipen Kumar. I explain challenges faced by Lamsley Child's Care in maintaining staff satisfaction and retention. The management of staff satisfaction and retention is considered to be an important aspect of the organizational setting. Staff's retention and satisfaction in the organization are correctly with each other. This is because satisfied staff with lucrative benefit and opportunity tend to stay with an organization. The motivation of employees is the major factor related to satisfaction and retention too. Here, Maslow's hierarchy of needs has been considered here to explore the satisfaction and retention challenges in organization. The first stage of Maslow's hierarchy of needs is the psychological needs, which is about the need related to air, water, food, shelter, clothing. In this regards, it can be said that Lamsley Childcare is quite able to meet the needs of customers. The profit generated by organization is quite strong, along with the government support which ensure the organization satisfies the employees' psychological needs. In regard to the next stage of the model, safety needs, it can be said that working of employees with physical presence of during the COVID-19 pandemic in is a health safety concern. It can also be a reason for dissatisfaction among the staff of Lamsley childcare. In consideration of love and belonging, it can be said that Lamsley childcare has minimal challenges due to working with the children. Many of employees at organization work as a volunteer, which represent their love for the care of children. It is a positive aspect of the organization to manage employee satisfaction. The self-esteem needs of employees is a challenge related to employee satisfaction in the organization. This is because working as a volunteer in a childcare service does not belong to a reputable category of job. The last aspect of Maslow hierarchy needs self-actualization, which is about the scope of personal growth and opportunity in a work role. It is also considerable challenge for organization to maintain satisfaction and retention of employees. This is because of working in a role of childcare service provided with a voluntary approach does not provide any sort of scope in career growth. Employee satisfaction and retention in an organization are highly related to the scope of growth in a career. Due to this reason, the management of employee satisfaction and retention is quite challenging for the organization.
Well, during our presentations, my teammates they've talked everything in depth about Lemsley childcare. So now I'm going to finally tell some recommendations so that they can do better in their field. So we've based on the analysis of the external environment, we've seen that it is evident that a lack of financial sources for income is a major challenge for the organizations. It means Lemsley childcare they don't have the presence of any investor in its operation services. In this regard, the organization must focus on the search for investors to increase its revenue. The investors in terms of social entrepreneurs can be considered by the organizations, while the organization should also focus arranging investors through the option of advertisement using the services. Based on the advertisement, the organization can ensure such as the source of income and promotional benefits for advertisers. On the other hand, employee satisfaction as well as retention challenges have been explored to identify the lack of growth opportunities and health safety as the issues. In this regard, the organization must focus on providing physical and mental health safety for the employees. In the second slides, I'm going to talk about the thing that is also important is regular COVID-19 tests. Vaccinations and counseling sessions for mental health should be considered for the purpose of improving employee satisfaction and retentions. With such an approach, the organization would be able to provide assurance to the employees in regards to their health safety. Mental health support can also improve the psychological state of the employees working in the organization. On the other hand, the lack of growth of opportunities is also a considerable challenge for the organization to retain the employees. In this regard, the organization should focus on arranging internship courses. Under the internship courses, the volunteers can be recruited as employees with a very minimal amount of wages. It would help the organization to reduce the cost required for wages and increase the rate of income. Further, it would attract potential candidates as they would get the opportunity to learn as interns. The approach of internship is the organization should also be linked or partnered with schools in the UK. Under such an approach, the organization would be able to offer job opportunities to the intern volunteers too. Now, in my final slides, I can also see that based on the analysis, it can be concluded that the organization has maintained a good reputation as a childcare service provider. Throughout our process, we've seen this. And having been working as a childcare service provider for a 22 years period, The government support in regards to the policies is also the major aspect of political, legal, and economic support. Although the lack of external investors is a challenge for the organization to maintain its income, on the other hand, the lack of growth opportunities and health safety issues are major problems surrounding employee satisfaction and retentions. Considering the issue, it is recommended that organizations should focus on arranging external investors with the options for advertisement. While employee satisfaction can be improved by providing internship opportunities to get recruited in schools of the UK, counseling session for mental health support and adaptations of proper COVID-19 protocols should also be considered for employee satisfaction in Lemsley Childcare. This was our recommendations. So that's all for the time being, and thank you for hearing me.